Hi, and welcome to Design It with Tammy Gibbs. I'm Tammy, and today I'm going to be working inside Artistly 6. And for all of you who have already grabbed your copies of the new AI Artist Playbook, Mastering Mockups, thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying it. This is going to be video 2 of the series I'm doing to help you work with the playbook and of course Artistly. If you're using Artistly, of course you can probably use some of the information. You can use the playbooks with any platform, no doubt. However, what I'm going to be covering today is going to be inside of Artistly and how you can use it inside of Artistly. The first video I did was showing you how you could use Canva Pro and utilize it inside there. But this playbook is so versatile, and so there's lots of different ways that you can utilize it depending on the tools you have and what your objective is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop inside, and of course I'm going to be working predominantly inside of the fast. Let me go back to that for people that may not be as familiar with Artistly. So we're in Artistly 6. And when we click Create Design here, we have two options for designers. This is the Advanced AI Image Designer here, and then the Fast AI Image Designer. What these are, these two little robots represent like different sections of the platform. So the advanced works a little bit differently than the fast, but a lot of the different variation of tools live under the fast version. So that's where we're going to be working today, and I want to bring your attention to the toolbar right here. Now this toolbar does move over for anybody new, and then this is your personal designs here, community designs, flip books, all these different things. Okay, so where we're going to be playing today is probably a little known feature inside Artistly. They've done a lot of improvements to this from the original versions. Uh, it's under the AI Design Assistance, and we're going to be looking right here at number 2, Mockup Creator. Now, when you look right here, it's going to say generate unique mockups with your logo. Okay, so most of us digital product creators don't really think about what we're going to be placing inside our mockup as a logo. So I think a lot of digital product creators may overlook this, but you don't have to. So we're going to go in, and I'm going to show you really quickly how to do this. Now, we're going to go in and we're going to browse for an image. Okay. For instance, I want to go here in my files, and I'm going to scroll down, and let's see, I'm going to choose this really cute dinosaur image here. Okay. Just a really cute image. Okay. So this is the image I want to place inside my mockup. So if we have created this piece of art, and then we're thinking, okay, we can do cupcake toppers, we can do all these different things. The first video I did predominantly was about well, it was showing different invitations and stuff. The techniques, however, that I used inside Canva Pro can just as easily be used. The process is the same no matter whether you're doing an invitation, a t-shirt mock-up, or you're doing a water bottle or cupcake toppers. All of it is actually the same inside Canva Pro. You use some of that same technique to get those images. So just because it was on invitations, don't misunderstand and think that that's all you can use it with, because inside the playbook, it's your base that you start with, and then inside Canva Pro, that's where you're able to move the things around and add your images on, inside of the playbook. I mean, inside of the mockup. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have our image here, and here we have the choice of the aspect ratio, which, since I'm going to be putting this on Etsy eventually, I'm just going to go with the 1-to-1 aspect ratio. Okay, now here is where the magic happens. This is where we're going to be actually putting our mock-up. And so I'm going to go into my copy here. I'm going to go to page 5, which is the table of contents. And then I'm going to scroll down to the party printables mock-ups here. And we're going to just try to select something that we're going to put our image on. So I'm just kind of scrolling through to see what we want to try. I've already tried several of these, so I'm just looking to see if there's something else I want to try. Cute. Cute tags. Now, since I only have the one image, I'm going to try to pick out something that will work with that one image. Okay, let's do the drink labels here. They're not going to actually be, there won't be a label on it, but all right, we're going to copy that right from the playbook. We're going to go back in. This is what I'm going to type. I'm going to say apply the above image to the drink label. And then I'm going to paste my sample prompt here. Drink label, mock-up scene, soda bottles, printable labels, Now, are we guaranteed that every time we do this, it's going to be perfect the first time? We're not. But we always do our sample image to get us started. And then we know how to tweak it if it doesn't work that first time. Now, sometimes it works perfectly, but sometimes it doesn't. So anyway, so we've got to apply the above image to the drink labels, and then we've got our mock-up. And then while we're waiting on that to do, I'm going to show you here's some of the t-shirts that I did. This is a cute little centerpiece thing. The bottles of water, a little topper for these little cellophane bags. I did a party hat, cupcake toppers, this cute little add-on there that I've already done. Look how cute. So now we have this. Now, thing about it is we can take these images also. Let's just say that's not exactly the background or backdrop that we want. If we want a little bit more control over it, they have a regenerate, but don't make the mistake I did. Okay. When you do the regenerate, it allows you to adjust the prompt inside this tool, the Mockup Creator. It does not allow you to do that. When you click regenerate, it will change this image, so you lose it. So if you like that image, download it and then go back and do regenerate, and then it'll just regenerate from this same prompt here. with no changes. Otherwise, you kind of have to go back in and you'll have to copy paste it back in. But aren't these cute? So cute, and it's going to save you a lot of time if you have Artistly and you want to get the absolute best out of the Mastering Mockups Playbook. Then you can go in and tweak these. We'll do that also. I don't want to bog you down too fast so early in the video, so these are just some things I wanted to show you. Okay, so let me scroll through some of these, like I said, things that I've already done. All of these were done with the Mockup Creator inside Artistly using my Mastering Mockups Playbook. So what I'm going to show you now is I'm going to download that image and take it into Canva. We wouldn't have to do it inside Canva, but we're just going to do it inside Canva just to now you can use that absolutely, and this is the where I was working with the other one. I'm just going to try to keep everything kind of the same. Okay, so I'm just going to I'm going to upload that file. Okay, we're just going to upload it. And then I'm going to show you how else you can, do it. So let's just say you don't really like this, but you don't like the oranges here and that sort of thing. Okay, so you can always remove the background. And then you can also take and go into the video one, went into the magic grab. We can, grab just these oranges and grab them. And then we're going to be able to eliminate them completely. So then we can drag these off. And now we just have our bottles here. So we can put this in any scene we want. So if we like one of these other scenes down here, let me just copy it. But aren't the little labels so cute with the little dinosaur? Now I've got to do a whole birthday package with that little dinosaur because I think it's so cute. But let's just say we want to like this. So let's just say we copy this one. We're going to remove this. And let's just say I'm going to put this here. This little dinosaur card here. Basically, I'm just kind of messing with this. But anyway, and then I'm going to paste the little drinks here. Oh, it actually left these little places right here. So not sure about that. I'm going to have to go in and do something with those. Let's see. Let's go to the magic eraser. Let's get rid of these. I'm going to try that in Pixel Cut too because it may be actually better. There we go. There we go. So then we could set this on the table right here. So you can basically do it however you want to. You can isolate those objects and pull them in and do a little bit more work to your to what you're wanting to do as far as your mock-up goes. So lots of versatility, lots of ways to use it. Let's pop back into Artistly. And so let's do a couple more. Let's play with the some of the different mock-ups and see what we get. So go back to the table of contents here, and let's just say we want to do some packaging and product labels. So let's say we're going to do a box here. And let's do this instead of the box. Let's do the stand-up pouch. But now some of these you're going to have to pay close attention. This one says it's a craft pouch. So if you want it to be white, we're going to have to change that in what we ask it to do. So we're going to go over to AI Design Assistance, over to the Mockup Creator. We're going to grab our image. Okay, let's find it. I want to use that same dinosaur, I think. It's really cute. There he is. Okay. So we're going to apply the above image to the pouch. And then we've got the stand-up pouch, mock-up seam, matte. Instead of craft pouch, we want the white pouch. And instead of coffee beans spilling out, we want candy. With wrapped hard candy spilling. Wooden table, background, bright daylight, all of that is good. Generate image. There we go. Look how cool that is. No, I don't care for those candies. So I would want to regenerate it with a little bit more, with some balloons and some things in the background. So now let's start refining. This is a perfect candidate for that. Okay, so we're not going to regenerate it because if we do, it goes away. But I like the little pouch. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just basically copy this. Okay. And this is where we can combine some things. Okay. So I've got two things opened here so I can kind of do that. But we're going to go back up to the design assistance and back into it. We do, unfortunately, have to go back in. And I tell you what, let me do this so that we're not doing this each and every time. Let me go back in. Let me find my dinosaur. And I had planned on doing some different ones, but I really like how the little dinosaur is very colorful and it gives us a lot to work with. So let me find him. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of him so that he's not in this folder. Went past him, I believe. Well, there he is. Okay. So I'm going to make a copy of him. Copy. And then I'm just going to do here. well, that's still closer, so we're going to select him. Let's go back in here, browse, downloads, and there we go. All right. So now we're going to start dressing this up a little bit. So when I copied it, it did different. So let's go here. Let's go back in, because I need to grab this one. And then I'm actually also going to go back and grab another one, and we're going to kind of beef up our actual mock-up. And this will show you how we can, again, use the, so we've got the matte white. So all of that is good. Wrapped, colorful, hard candy spilling. Okay, but we're going to go back over here, and I want to pull in some a little bit more festive. So let's go with, take a look at this one. We don't want the fruit slices, but soda bottles, printable labels, paper straws, fruit slices, balloons in the background. Pretty printable. And go back here. Instead of the eco-friendly, we're going to do that with the balloons in the background. Confetti. We're just adding things together. And then now we're going to generate the image. So our goal is to just spice it up just a little bit. The very cool thing about this is once you get your image, now it will be different if you're doing, there we go. See how cute? So now we've got our candy spilling out of the, and then we've got some confetti, we've got some pennants. It did not put the balloons because the balloons are already on here, which is also fine. But see how cute that is? And it coordinates. So see, we could have, if we are making some labels or something for people to put on little pouches like this or whatever, stickers or whatever, then we've created that. We've got these little, the little drink bottles, the water bottles. We've got a little, showing them how they could actually print it out and turn it into like a, do it on cardstock, cut it out, and make a cute little centerpiece. How they could do a birthday girl or birthday boy t-shirt. We've got the little toppers here, cupcake toppers. We've got a hat, party hat. So depending on what you're wanting to show them what they can do with it, you've got you can create a whole suite of these different mock-ups for your thing. They don't have to be the same mock-up, you just, and it depends. This one, I went back in and I did the birthday girl, thing. So of course, if you have an invitation, then you would do one and pull it in and it would be in an invitation thing, but you could work with them and work with the environment they're in, because we could actually take sort of what we did here. We could take this whole thing, and instead of saying, okay, so let me do it and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're getting down into the nitty gritty of the prompting now. Okay, so let's just say we want to do the water bottles or whatever. So we can go back in. We're going to get our little dinosaur. We're going to paste this pouch, but it's not a pouch. So we're going to go to the water bottles. And then instead of a stand-up pouch, we're going to say water bottle mock-up scene. And we don't need the matte white pouch or anything like that. We can do with wrapped hard candy spilling. We can add a tray of colorful cupcakes. Now, this is just me adding to. There's plenty of mock-ups that you can go and pull different words from and phrases. I'm just doing this for the... And then let's just generate it. But you can tweak the mock-ups just like you do to tweak to get your images. Okay, so this one didn't work just right. So this is one of the ones where I told you that sometimes things just don't sort out just right. So we're going to just try to regenerate this design. And if it still doesn't get it, then I have to tweak it. Drink labels, that's printable labels. Okay, I know why it's not working. Okay, so we need to go back in. And use the printable drink labels. Instead of the water bottles. Okay. Okay. Let me try it again. There we go. Okay. I would have to go back in and prompt it, with the lids and all, but here we've got, candy and stuff like that. So all of these are adjustable just like any prompting. If you're just prompting your images to make your products or your mock-ups, you can go in and tweak them. And, you can also apply, if you're not getting specifically exactly what you want, you can go back in and you can adjust them. See, I got these down here and I wanted them to be a little different. So then I went back in and changed. Another thing you can do is sometimes you may need to say like more realistic or whatever, these did really well when I tried them with the invitations. It put them right on there and then you didn't have to move anything. I will show you one of those. I did a mug. So, that was really good. So depending on what you really, want it to do. All of these came from the Playbook, so it gives you the parameters to get started. Those sample prompts are great. And let's just say we want to do a mug now that has we'll put the dinosaur on a mug. And then we're gonna we don't want pumpkins and candles or anything like that. We just want to do away with that. Seasonal product mock-up, festive, cozy, birthday, party. Apply the image to a mug. And I said I was going to try Pixel Cut to show you how you can, once you get those, if you don't like the actual mock-up, the backgrounds, you can go in and isolate your images like this one. Okay. You're still going to have to get rid of these, though. It's not removing those. So let's do another one. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's try this and see what it does. So see, there you have your image. You just download it, and then you can put this t-shirt wherever you want it. You can create your own flat lay around it. I mean, that's what's so great about the Playbook is with the elements that it gives you to work with and the starting point, the ideas that it can hopefully spur for you to mix and match and everything, then you can use it so many different ways. I mean, you can take the individual elements, you can build your own mock-ups, like through Canva or Photoshop. You can use the Mockup Creator inside of Artistly. There's our mug. So see, now we could download this mug, and that would be a really good way to show, because, okay, when you're selling clip art, now you definitely need to say this is not included. This is for the clip art, but you can show these lifestyle applications of how people can use it. So even if you don't want to sell the actual party items, you could use these as examples as long as you put a little tagline on there that says, these are some things you can do with my art to give your clients and customers ideas. The more ideas you give them on ways that they can apply your images, then the more apt they're going to be to purchase them. So, it shows the versatility. So you could definitely utilize, like I said, the mock-up playbook that way. But Artistly is doing very well with applying these images and creating these things. I'm really excited about this feature and what the possibilities for you are to, when you're working with it. And if you have, especially like if you have Pixel Cut or something where you can just go in and see, now you have this mug. You can put this mug anywhere, and it's going to really help you display and merchandise your products, because that's what mock-ups are. Mock-ups are the part, they're marketing. They're like your storefront. Each one of those images that Etsy gives you inside your store per product is like having a different display window. So you're using those images to show people what, to display. That's the same reason that we do our covers for clip art. We try to dress it up and make that first image that people see that shows kind of our packaging of our product to to really make them want to buy it. And so that's why the playbook was designed, to help you, like I said, get over that creator's block of trying to figure out, oh, what I put with this one, what I put with that one, that sort of thing. And so I've given you now two different methods of working with them, and you're probably going to use a combination of things. Certain products and certain mock-ups are going to require you to do them a different way. But let's jump back in, and since I also did so much showing how to work with invitations, which would also relate to stationery, your tags, your journals, and things like that. So let's work on some of that. Let's see what we can do. Let's go back in, and let me just, I'm going to go up here. Okay. Oh, that's a graduate. That's not a bookmark. Tags. Let's go back to here. Let me just take a little. Okay. Stationery and paper goods, mock-ups. Let's see what we got under here. Okay, so we've got the stationery. Let's do the note card that has kind of a stack, because I think that would be a really cool one to do. Let's pull it in. Okay, so we're going to go back up to the Design Assistance, Mockup Creator, and I'm going to pick out a pretty pattern. Okay. Let's do one of these. Let's do this one. One of these steampunk things. Maybe the cat. Okay. I'm going to take the cat, and then we're going to put him on stationery instead of a mock-up. So I'm going to note card, mock-up scenes, stack of note cards. Okay, so I'm going to apply this image to the note card. Not cute. So now we have our note cards here on over a little envelope and everything. So you can definitely do it this way, and you're not dragging and dropping things. Now, of course, if this is not the shape, if you're not doing a horizontal note card, then you would have to go in and basically tell it to do like a portrait. So we'll just do a different one, unless I get to that one before I find a different one I like better. Okay, let's just do this one again. And put this. Okay, so apply this image to and we're going to do a portrait oriented note card. There we go. So see, we had to specify we wanted a portrait one, but we've got kind of our little note card here. Now, if we want it to vary, we could have added some different things. So let's just say we want it. There's our note card. We have our cat. My husband's taking the dogs out, so if you hear a little bit, that's what it is. And we're going to paste this in. Okay, so let's look at ways we can vary this. So it's got note cards with envelopes, pens. Let's take away the paper clips. Let's do a coffee mug of steaming coffee with a heart made of the froth. Wooden desk. Trendy home office background. Okay. And let's see if we get a little something different. Okay. So we got the steaming. We did get that part right. So let's go back in. Oh, I forgot to add my, no wonder I didn't even add it to it. So, okay, so let's go back and try again. So we've got that aesthetic. That's cute. So let's go back in and actually add the image and tell it to add the image. That was my boo-boo. Okay. But it did change, and we got the little heart shape, which was cute. Okay. All right, so we've got all that, and then we've got to say apply the image to a portrait oriented note card. Okay. But this is where you can adjust by going in, and let's just go in here, and we're going to go to section 4. We're going to go to those surfaces. I don't know if you remember when I did the review yesterday with the previous, we have the surfaces word bank here. So then we can actually choose, a different background or whatever. These right here are very minimal. We don't want minimal. We want rustic, like a distressed farmhouse table. We'll try that. Okay, let's go back in. Okay, so we didn't get the focus of the little thing there, but it actually did. It actually changed our background just a little bit. So, okay, so we'll try it again. Okay. Let me just pop that in there, and then I'm going to go back here. I'm going to update this one. going to choose this whole thing. And go over here. Okay, apply the image to. Okay, and then here where it says distressed farmhouse table, instead of a wooden desk, we're going to put the distressed farmhouse table. Okay, so distressed, I'm going to put white washed. Or no, we'll just leave it like that because that would be too much white. Farmhouse table, and then apply the image, portrait oriented note card. Okay. Now this one we could, we could work with. We could go in and we could add our own thing if we wanted that particular one with a little heart and everything. Okay. So it didn't give us our froth, the heart made out of the froth. It's overriding that, but it is giving us the other, and it did change the background to the more wooden farmhousey look. So anyway, so that's kind of how you do it. You just keep, you can play with how you want. These are just a few of the samples. There are so many in there, so you could literally pull in whatever you wanted to, and as long as you keep what you're applying to it and everything, if you look at the way that the prompts are set up, then you can basically use any of the prompts and then swap the things out. So you want to make sure that you put that you want to apply that image and where you want to apply it. And then, describe in your mock-up exactly the way you want that to be. So you could take, some of the elements from one of the other sections, if you want that sort of background, you can do that. And but anyway, this is just a really great way to use the new Playbook and the AI design assistant Mockup Creator right here. Okay, so you can also use the Human Stylizer to do some similar things. You can find an image and you can just tell it to put it on a note card or whatever. So let me see if I can find the cat again, and I'll show you what Human Stylizer does with it. Okay, so we can try it in Human Stylizer, and want to change the aspect ratio, and let's just say here we stylize the image. Now that one, the Human Stylizer, if you've got one that's not doing it exactly the way you want it, then you can actually pull it in to the Human Stylizer. And it is also, see, I like this one well because it's not a heart, but it did give us the little frothy thing. It didn't give us the steam, but you could go back and you could emphasize those things in the prompt a little bit more, but it does give us the note card. So let's try one of these. Let's try this one. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to copy that prompt that I had done up. And then I'm going to tweak out the fruit. I don't want the fruit there, but I'm going to go into the stylizer and browse for my dinosaur, which is right here. Yep. And just so you know, my husband and the dogs are probably going to be coming back inside, so you're probably going to hear like a door open and everything. Don't worry about it. There we go. Here they come. Okay. So, yes. He was asking me if I was still recording. Yes, I am. There we go. So now we have a different scene created with Human Stylizer. And actually, this one did, but I kind of like the way those are done. I forgot to remove the fruit slices. I could have, but I didn't. And, you could always take that and um, we could try to do candy or something. Let's see. Let's try it again. Let's remove the fruit slices. Okay, and maybe colorful candy. So you can basically decide which one that you think does you the best job. Which one that you like the little, see, now this is cute. I even like that it did the different colors and it even showed the rounded one and the square ones, how the different labels look on there, and it's got like the little bits and pieces, some candy in the background and everything. So you can play around with those to see which ones you like the best. And of course, there are just so many different mock-up word banks, phrase banks, starter prompts, all in that 600 pages that you can mix and match, and then you can pull them into Artistly and use the Mockup Creator or the Human Stylizer. Even probably the photo editor would work as well. Just in the way that I've showed you how to use these today. And then of course you can do the same thing. You can isolate those images either with the um, Canva Pro or using Pixel Cut. So I think that you should now have what you need to make some amazing mock-ups. I think I've demonstrated pretty much. Oh, let's see. I didn't demonstrate how to do so let's do this one. Okay. So I'm going to put a different something on it instead of the dinosaur, but let's go in and let me show you about the t-shirts. Okay. So we'll go in and try to do it let's just do it with a Human Stylizer. Okay. And let's choose an image. Let's do one of the steampunk images. That would be really cool, I think. Okay, this one is we'll put it on a black t-shirt. Okay. And we want it to be portrait. Okay. And I'm actually going to, let's see, so apply to a black t-shirt. And instead of the flat lay toddler, we're going to put it handsome guy wearing a black t-shirt. And instead of a child's party, it's going to be the table set up for a sports event or something. And with the man at a sports event. So there you got your guy at a sports event with that. That particular image probably should have been, that was not my clean image of that one. Sorry about that. So anyway, it would look better with a different one, but this is how you can do that. Now, if we go back, we can get a flat lay. Let's see, not that one. And we can do okay, so this is my original one. So it's I'm not going to say it's a toddler T-shirt like I did with the other one, and it's a party scene. So there's our flat lay. I'm not sure what these things are. I wasn't really. I didn't really. Oh, because it says dinosaur. Okay, so that's something to do with dinosaurs. So anyway, but there's our flat lay that we could do. So really, it's you're the magic ingredient with all of my playbooks. I'm giving you the raw data, the all the different things that you can play with, and that's the purpose of them, to ignite your imagination, ignite your skill set, and for you to apply your magic creative self into the whole equation. Create your products the way you want to create them, and just use the playbooks to help you get there and get there faster. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and that now you feel a little bit more comfortable with mockups and what you can do with the AI Artist Playbook Mastering Mockups, and of course Artistly. So if you do not have Artistly and you would like to purchase it, I do have a link down in the comments. So, or down in the description, not comments. But anyway, so check that out. Thank you for watching the video, and I want to remind you about the AI Artist Playbooks. They're what I have been using to do this video and do the create the prompts with. And they have tons of different word banks, phrase banks, textures, all the things you need to create your own unique prompts and elevate your prompting and your image creation with AI. You can purchase those on Etsy and on Gumroad. If you are in the EU, you will have to purchase through Gumroad, and I do currently have a discount coupon, and it's Summer 50. And if you're buying through Etsy, the discounted prices will already, if there's a current sale, be applied to, and there'll be a sale price. You don't have to use a code. And as far as the playbooks go, the Junk Journal edition is only available on Gumroad. It's not available on Etsy anymore. And so, if you don't have Artistly and you've just been watching the videos and you like what you see, there's no time like the present to jump right in. You'll have a lot of fun with it. There are many, many different creators inside Artistly. My videos sometimes cover one, sometimes they cover multiple designers inside Artistly. But if you're thinking about buying it, I would appreciate it if you'd use my affiliate link. It's located down in the description, and it does not cost you anything more to use it. You can even use the coupon codes that the company releases occasionally floating around out there. I think they do have a 10% or something going right now, but it may be more. I don't know when you're watching this. So check around and see if there's a coupon code you can apply, and you can help me out and save some money too. I have a Facebook group that is free to join, and I also have a weekly newsletter that is also free to get, and it just has lots of ideas on how to create, how to market your products, all those sort of neat digital product creator things. So that information and those links are also in the description. So you're welcome to join those. I even have a VIP program for anybody. Well, not program. It's a group. It's a Facebook group, but it is a VIP. So once you purchase, then you qualify to belong to that group if you'd like to join it. If you have any trouble making the link is actually in the playbooks. So for that VIP group, or if for some reason you can't find it, just send me a message or a comment or something, and I will help you find out how to get into that group if you've purchased one of the playbooks. And until next time, happy creating.